Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to Books with My Quiet Friends. My name's Sidney and today I'm here to bring you a book tag. The tag I'm going to be doing today, I think it's called the Awkward First Date tag. I wasn't tagged by anyone, but I just thought it would be a fun one to do. Question number 1 is The Awkward First Date, a book that just felt off for you. It wasn't a bad book, it just didn't have that spark. Some of you might be surprised to know for me that was before The Devil Breaks You by Libba Bray. I don't know what it was. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't what I wanted it to be, I guess. Going through this series, I liked the last few. I really enjoyed the first one, but this one just wasn't all I wished it to be. Question number 2 is The Cheap First Date, which is books that turned out to be less than you expected. I have 2 answers for this. Recently I read Fairest, and I did not like it. It is my least favorite in the Lunar Chronicles. And also Dash and Lily's Book of Dares. These came highly recommended. Well, this one not so much, but this one definitely. And I didn't like them. Question number 3 is A Well-Prepared First Date, and a book that was better than expected. For me, that was Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. I had heard a lot of people say that this is very problematic, which it is, don't get me wrong, but I kind of expected to be thrown off by those aspects and not enjoy this book very much at all. But I loved it. It was my first 5 out of 5-star read this year. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to continue on with the series. Question number 4 is Hot But Dumb. A book that is pretty on the outside, but not so great on the inside. For me, that was The Star-Touched Queen by Roshni Chachki. I don't own that book anymore. I've actually gotten rid of it. I just didn't enjoy it because the writing was so flowery and elegant. I just kept on getting lost, and by the end I had no idea what I had just read. And I didn't really understand why people loved it so much, to be honest. That being said, I would read other works by this author. I just don't think that book was in my element. Question number 5 is Blind Date, a book that you picked up not knowing anything about it. And for me, I usually pick up books as blind as I possibly can unless I've heard a little bit of buzz on BookTube or book blogs. But most recently, I think it was Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. I have my copy somewhere else. I don't know where. But I didn't know what I expected when I went into it. I was sure I wasn't going to like it because it was highly hyped and I'm not really a huge fan of contemporary and blah, 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 blah. And then I ended up coming out of it and thinking about it like constantly for months on end and just loving it so much. Question number 6 is Speed Dating, a book that you read rather quickly. I don't really read books in one sitting as much as I used to because I have things I need to do in between reading and doing other things. Usually reading's like my break in between doing housework or work or something like that. So I don't usually sit down and just binge. But it only took me 4 days to read Outlander, and I'm pretty proud of myself because this book is pretty hefty, and there's a lot going on in there. And there's accents that you have to try and read, and sometimes it's kind of tricky to understand what they're actually saying at the start, but I'm trying not to just like gush about this book. Maybe I should do a review for this. If anyone would actually watch that, let me know. Question number 7 is The Rebound, which is a book that you read too soon after a book hangover, and it kind of ruined the book for you. This is a weird answer. Cress by Marissa Meyer. I read Scarlet, loved it, was in love with everyone, loved it so much, read Cress, and was just thoroughly disappointed in what I got. Like, I wasn't mad, it was okay, but it just wasn't all I wished it would be, and so forth. I'm kind of hesitant to go into the last book. Book anxiety, am I right? Question number 8 is Overly Enthusiastic, a book that felt like it was trying too hard. Shiny Broken Pieces by Danielle Clayton and Sonia Charaportra. I think that's how you say her name. No idea. It's the second book in a duology. I loved the first one. I thought it was really dramatic and great. But the second one just took it to a level that was altogether too much. Like, I could not handle how dramatic it was. I was getting ticked off the whole time. I was just... If you're gonna read it, just maybe expect that the second one's gonna, like, be very, very, very dramatic. If the first one was already over dramatic for you, the second one will be a lot for you to handle. Question number 9 is The Perfect First Date, a book that did everything right for you. For me, that was The Diviners by Libba Bray. It's interesting that this is on my list, but so is Before the Devil Breaks You. I love this. It had the perfect amount of supernatural, historical fiction, like it had the sass. I loved it. It had the mystery. I really enjoyed this so much that I would recommend this first book to anyone. It is great. It has something for everyone. I completely love it. And I can't believe that I have the third book on my list as well. That being said, this book just, it flew by. Yes, it's a large book. I think I read the last, I don't know, probably 400 pages in one night because I just had to read it. As I say, I don't binge read. Don't look at me. But did everything, and it was everything. I would gladly reread this book again. And finally, question number 10 is Humiliating First Date, which is a book you are ashamed that people know you like, or you don't want to be seen with reading in public. Because I work at a daycare, I have a few answers. Outlander by Diana Gabaldon is pretty explicit. It has a lot of sexual scenes in it. I tried to read this at work and just got very embarrassed and flustered on my break, so I put it away. Another one would have to be A Court of Mist and Fury. That book is also very explicit, and I just don't feel comfortable reading that in a social setting. I think that's a book for your own self, for you time. I don't think it's for everyone to see you read. That's just my own personal opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this tag. If you're interested in doing it, consider yourself tagged. I'm not really going to be specific about tags this time. And I'll see you next week. Bye!